school bathrooms. We all know how radioactive they tend to be. I can't really say anything about public bathrooms because I never use any. I just hold in my pee and wait until I get home because I refuse to sit my bare booty cheeks on a public stall seat ever. So based on the schools I've been to, I tend to notice that like early on Mondays is when the bathrooms actually look spotless. This was back when I had to arrive at school at like 6:48 in the morning in my younger days, or should I say back in my adolescence. Actually, the more that I think about it, I don't know why the hell I was dropped off so early in the morning. Again, this is me talking about like when I was practically still a fetus with legs and a respiratory system, like basically when I was like young. I guess it's because my mom wanted me to be more early. I think school back then used to like start at like 7:30. But regardless, I remember specifically on Monday mornings is when the bathrooms looked clean, like stuff you'd see in a 5-star rich hotel. Assuming it was because I was in kindergarten, and I assumed that like no kindergartner is that deranged yet that they want to tear up the school property, or aka the school bathroom. But this was when I was younger and no one really vandalized the bathrooms and they weren't really that disgusting. But now let's level up to the next section. This was when I had gotten into 3rd or 4th grade, is when the bathrooms slowly started to become more gross to me. Like, I remember seeing what I assumed was mold. Well, I don't know if it was because in the corner is where I would see like black stuff in the crevices. Like, I think it was just buildup from someone not bothering to clean those corners, but man, I remember how disgusting that was. Not to mention the sink rustages. I swear the bottom of the sinks never got cleaned because why did it look like sewage water seeping out over time? Like the top was practically shining bright like a diamond, but the bottom of the sink pipes looked like it had too much Taco Bell. Even as a kid, I always hated the brown jizz water look. Honestly, I know you're probably gonna call me nasty for this, but I'm pretty sure a big reason why I didn't want to wash my hands in those sinks because it felt like I was just gonna get them more dirty with tiny microscopic particles of sewage water. And like genuinely, can someone explain to me how the hell that even occurs? Like, is it actually sewage water or is it just regular water that leaked through the pipes that haven't been cleaned in God knows how long and it just mixed with the pipe rust? Either way, the runny water stains that were at the bottom of the sink were always a negative out of 10 for me. And I understand how sometimes sinks just stain and it's hard to clean, and sometimes you can never get that sewage like stain out. I understand that, but Jesus Christ, I swear sometimes it turns into a genuine biosafety hazard. Not to mention, I'm pretty sure how they sometimes just neglected to clean that rust out. Don't get me wrong, respect your janitors because they are the backbone of why the schools are decently clean, but just like teachers, sometimes they aren't always amazing, which brings me to my next little bathroom story. So this is when I had to move states temporarily due to my mom getting into a fight with her sister and just getting kicked out. It wasn't a physical fight, just my mom being drunk and starting shit because my aunt started stuff first. Okay, I've been completely blocked what had happened that night. I can't remember, but either way, moving on. We ended up staying at my mom's friend's house in this state, and I went to a completely different school for a while. And in this school, the bathrooms were really nice and well kept. I remember one time when I used the bathroom, I remember walking into the bathroom and I just saw a bunch of photos of Thomas the Tank Engine with an inverted filter. The photos had text on the bottom. Unfortunately, I can't remember what it said, but bro, I remember whoever did this, they put the photos in the toilet bowls and on the button where you flush it, there had to be at least 20 plus photos of Thomas the Tank Engine inverted. It was a weird experience, but I didn't mind when that happened, probably because a large factor was the bathrooms were actually clean and spotless. Well, the reason why that was because the whole time I was using the high school bathrooms instead of the 6th through 5th grade ones. I am a dumbass. Okay, but it's not entirely my fault though. Keep in mind, I never went to the school. I only have been at the school for 6 to 8 months before me and my mom were able to move back to our home state. I remember on my second week of school, I asked a teacher where the bathrooms were and they pointed to me to the hallway, and I assumed that was the bathroom that everybody used. How I found out that was the high school bathroom is when my teacher asked me where I was when I was using the bathroom, and I said, well, I was using the bathroom. She asked me where, and I pointed to that long ass hallway. She then told me that's not our bathroom, that's the high school's. Bro, I felt so fucking dumb. Not to mention, this is how I found out we were mixed with the high school. Anyways, I was able to find out what the bathroom in my grade looked like because a week later we took a test and my teacher asked if we could use a bathroom break, and all the class agreed and we went. And oh my god, you should have seen the look on my face when I saw and smelt what that bathroom looked like. Some girl immediately said it stinks like shit, and I remember trying so hard not to laugh because what she was stating was facts. It smelled like a skunk farted in this fucking bathroom. Bro, the sinks, I remember it had like black stuff around the drain sink. When I got into a bathroom stall, I didn't want to sit down on like bare booty cheeks on the ring, so I remember taking some toilet paper and like placing it on the bathroom rings before sitting down. And it's been like a few years since I've been to that school, and will be my last time I ever go to that school. But now it's my last experience. So after I moved back to my home state and went back to my school, my regular school, I'm officially in 6th grade, and as per usual, my 6th grade bathroom consisted of the same biohazardous elements: black crust underneath the sinks, the blow dryers that have the yellowish brownish frozen glorified honey on the side for some reason. However, on this particular cold morning in 6th grade, I remember walking into the bathroom to use it and of course put some toilet paper around the bowl to protect my cheeks, and the moment I walked in, I froze. In the corner was a pile of toilet paper that was yellow, meaning someone had peed on the fucking toilet paper and put it in the corner. And bro, what makes this even more disgusting is I'm pretty sure there was some feces involved. Safe to say, I was disgusted and I refused to use the bathroom for a long time, at least early in the morning. And now I've moved upgrades and changed completely different bathrooms. The same common hazardous elements are still present in the new building. But was there anything I forgot to talk about in this video? And also, feel free to share your own bathroom horror story experience, or just like sharing like it doesn't even have to involve the hygienic elements of the bathroom. You can just share stories that happen in like your school bathroom, and I'll feel free to do that. But anyways, bye.
Tie me up and fuck me hard, oh yeah baby, cause my pussy's wet and I'm so fucking horny. Put your fingers in me, we're inside my belly.